I work the graveyard shift at a gas station off Highway 86. Middle of nowhere. Closest town's 30 minutes out, and by midnight, the road goes dead quiet. That's the thing about the desert at night, it feels hollow. Like the dark just stretches out forever and forgets to echo. I keep a journal behind the counter. Started it out of boredom. Now, I think I need it. 3 nights ago, something changed. A black pickup pulled in around 2:13 a.m. Clean. Engine low and smooth. The guy inside didn't get out. Didn't fuel up. Just sat there, staring at me through the glass. Then he dropped something by the door, a small box, and drove off. I didn't touch it. Not that night. But it's still sitting in the lost and found drawer. Unmarked. Taped shut. And I swear to God, it's heavier than it was when I first picked it up. I didn't mention the box to anyone. What would I even say? Hey, some guy dropped off a mystery cube at 2 a.m. and now I'm scared of it? I'd sound insane. Still, I haven't thrown it out. I work alone most nights. It's just me, the buzzing of the old fridge, and the flicker of the security monitor. Last night, the pickup came back. Same time. 2:13 on the dot. He didn't look at me this time. Just stepped out, dropped another box at the door, and drove off. No license plate. No headlights on the way out. I waited till sunrise, then checked the second box. Same as the first, plain cardboard, taped shut. But this one smelled like copper. I pressed my ear to it and swore I heard something shift. Not a thump, a slide. Like something moving just to the edge, and stopping. Like it knows I'm listening. I finally opened one. The first box. I waited until the end of my shift, made sure no one was around, and used my pocket knife to slice the tape. It wasn't packed tight. Just one thing inside. A Polaroid. No note. No markings. Just a blurry photo of a hallway, dusty tile, brown walls, a cracked light above. It looked familiar, but I couldn't place it. Nothing unusual in the frame. Until I noticed the shadow. In the far end of the hallway, almost hidden by the grain of the photo, a figure. Tall. Thin. Too thin. No face. No eyes. Just shape. Watching from the darkness. I checked the back. One word written in reading. Soon. I didn't sleep today. Every time I close my eyes, I see that hallway. And I think I know where it is. I found the hallway. It's in the back of the gas station, past the mop sink and break room. There's an old utility corridor nobody uses anymore. It's not on any of the blueprints I've seen, but I walked it today after closing. And it's exactly what was in the photo. Same cracked tile. Same overhead light, barely buzzing. The only thing missing was the shadow. I stood at the end of the hall and stared into the darkness for a long time. Half of me expected something to lunge at me. But nothing came. Not yet. Still, I left the light on back there. Just in case. When I clocked in tonight, I noticed something new. The third box. It was already sitting on the counter. No truck this time. No camera footage. Just the box. Waiting for me. And next to it, taped to the register. A fresh Polaroid. Of me. Sleeping. I don't remember falling asleep. But the photo proves I did. Same uniform. Same counter. Even the clock on the wall reads 2:13 a.m. That's the part that gets me. I checked the footage again. Nothing. One moment I'm sweeping. Next, I'm just sitting still. Eyes closed. frozen. For exactly 12 minutes. Like something pressed pause on me. I tried to tell my manager today, but he just laughed. Said I should stop watching creepy videos and get more sleep. So I didn't mention the boxes. Or the photo. Or the fact that I opened the third one. Inside? Another photo. Same hallway. Same figure. Closer now. Standing in the middle of the frame. No face. But arms too long, like they were hanging loose, waiting. The back of the photo had a word again. This one said, "Tonight. I brought a knife tonight. Not for protection, really. More like a rabbit's foot, something to grip. I keep it under the counter, beside the register. My hands haven't stopped shaking since I opened that last box. It's quiet now. Too quiet. No music, no trucks, no customers. The air feels pressurized. Like the station's holding its breath. At 2:10, I stepped outside. No black pickup. But the box was already there, sitting on the concrete, dead center beneath the flickering floodlight. I backed up. Didn't touch it. Instead, I checked the utility hallway again. This time, the light was out. Just the sound of something, shifting. Like bare feet on tile. I closed the door. Wedged a chair under the handle. I'm writing this now at 2:18 a.m. The fourth box is still outside. But I just heard something tap the front glass. Twice. Soft. Like fingernails. The tapping stopped around 2:30. I didn't move. Just crouched behind the counter, holding the knife like it actually mattered. I waited until dawn. When the sky started bleeding orange over the desert, I stepped outside. The box was gone. But in its place, on the glass door, someone had written a word using their finger in the morning dust. Look. So I did. I went around the side of the building, checked the trash bins, the alley, the road. Nothing. Then I looked up at the security camera. And that's when I saw it. On the monitor inside, the live feed. There was a figure standing behind me. Tall. Thin. No face. I turned, heart in my throat. No one was there. I rewound the footage. Frame by frame. The figure was never on the recording. Only on the live feed. Only when I was watching. I unplugged the cameras. All of them. Tore the cords out like they were snakes. Didn't care if the manager fired me, I needed them off. But the image stayed. For a moment, even after the screen went black. I saw it. That thing. Closer. Leaning over the counter in the footage. Like it was curious. Like it was studying me. I left the store around 7. Drove home with every mirror turned to the wall. Didn't look at reflections. Didn't turn on the radio. I tried to sleep. But at exactly 2:13 p.m., 12 hours after the box was dropped off, my doorbell rang. No one ever comes to my place. No one even knows where I live. I peeked through the peephole. There was no one outside. Just a cardboard box. Same size. Same tape. Sitting on my welcome mat. I didn't bring the box inside. I left it there. Sat on the couch all day, watching it through the blinds like it might move. It never did. But around 5 p.m., my neighbor's dog started barking like it had gone feral. Snarling. Growling. At nothing. It stared at the box, tail between its legs, and didn't stop until the sun went down. When I checked the door again around midnight, the box was gone. Not stolen. Not blown away. Just gone. But in its place, something else. A Polaroid. Of my house. Taken from the tree line behind my backyard. It wasn't there earlier. I'd know. The same handwriting was on the back, that same red ink. Just one word. Inside. I didn't sleep. Didn't blink. I just sat in the corner of my room all night, knife in hand, trying not to breathe too loud. I called out of work tonight. First time in years. Told them I was sick. They didn't ask questions. I think they know something's wrong. I think they've always known. I tried to stay away from my windows today. Taped newspaper over them. Covered the vents. But I kept hearing it. Something brushing along the walls. A slow drag. Like fingertips. At 2:13 p.m., there was a knock at the back door. Just once. I didn't move. Didn't answer. But a few minutes later, I heard the creak of the hallway floorboards. That's when I realized I never locked the basement door. By the time I got to it, the door was cracked open. Not all the way. Just enough. On the bottom step was a new box. And beside it, my journal. The one I kept at the gas station. But the final page wasn't mine. It just said, "You're writing the wrong story." I don't remember bringing the journal home. But there it was, same torn corner, same oil smudge on the cover. I flipped through it again. My handwriting, mostly. But now, the dates are wrong. Entries I haven't written yet are filled in. Things I haven't done yet. And the further I read, the less it sounds like me. It talks about places I haven't been, people I've never met. But somehow, it feels true. Like it's waiting for me to catch up. I burned it. Took it outside and doused it in lighter fluid. It screamed. Not a crackle. Not a hiss. A scream. Like a woman in pain. I watched it curl and blacken until there was nothing left but ash and the faint smell of copper. Then I went back inside. The box on the basement step was gone. But the hallway light was on. And now, there's writing on the inside of the basement door. We're almost ready. I've started locking every door inside my house. Not just the front, I mean every door. Bathroom. Bedroom. Hall closet. It's not paranoia anymore. It's protocol. I barely leave the house now, except to drive. Not to anywhere specific, just to move. But last night, I passed the gas station. Couldn't help it. Like something pulled me there. It looked different. Wrong. The lights were off, even though it was open. I parked across the road, engine off, and watched. At exactly 2:13 a.m., the black pickup pulled in. But this time, it wasn't alone. Another car followed. Then a third. No headlights. No license plates. They formed a line, nose to tail, all facing the store. No one got out. No boxes were dropped. They just sat there. Running. Waiting. I didn't stay to see what for. I had the dream again. The hallway. Same cracked tile. Same flickering light. But this time, I'm walking toward the figure. I don't want to, but my body moves on its own. As I get closer, I realize something. It's not just watching me. It's waiting. Holding something in its hands. A box. It offers it to me, and before I can stop myself, I take it. The second I do, its arms open wide. Not to hug. Not to grab. Just open. Like a doorway. And I hear it whisper. "Come see what you've written." I woke up gasping. The air in my room felt thick, like I'd been breathing smoke. And at the foot of my bed, sitting perfectly upright, was another box. I didn't open it right away, just stared at it, like if I looked long enough, it would vanish. But it didn't. I finally lifted the lid, hands shaking. Inside wasn't a photo this time. It was a page, ripped from a journal. My journal. My handwriting. The entry was dated tomorrow. It described everything I'd just done, down to the way I hesitated opening the box. And at the bottom, in writing that wasn't mine, 3 words, bold and underlined. No more delays. I called the gas station. No answer. So I drove there, couldn't stand the waiting. But when I pulled in, it was empty. Dark. Abandoned. Shelves cleared out. Windows dusty. Like no one had been there in years. But inside, taped to the counter where I always stood, was a photo of me, standing right there. I backed out of that place fast. Didn't even lock the car door. Just drove. No destination. No thought. I just needed distance. But Highway 86 doesn't care where you go. You always end up back where you started. I drove for an hour before I saw the sign again. Gas fuel pump, 1 mile ahead. And sure enough, there it was. The same station. Lights still off. Still empty. But this time, something stood at the pumps. Tall. Still. Face in shadow. I didn't stop. I pressed the gas and tore past it, eyes locked forward. Didn't look back. But even with the windows closed, I heard a voice. A whisper, just behind my ear. We've been waiting. I didn't go home. I pulled into a rest stop, locked the doors, and sat there till sunrise. When I opened my glove box to grab my charger, there was a box inside. I don't remember putting the box there. I don't remember stopping. But it's real. I pulled it out with 2 fingers, like it might bite. This one was heavier. It thudded when I set it on the passenger seat, like something dense was inside. No label. No markings. I opened it. Inside was a key. Old. Rusted. The kind you'd find on a lockbox or basement door. Attached was a note, folded once, clean paper. No handwriting this time. Just printed text. Use it before they do. I stared at it for a long time. Then I realized something worse. There were 2 keys. Identical. I reached back into the glove box. The second box was gone. No sound. No movement. Just gone. But the passenger seat was warm. Like someone had been sitting there. I'd been thinking about the keys all day. One still in my pocket. The other? I don't know. I keep checking my apartment, glove box, jacket pockets, but it's just gone. Or worse, used. I finally gave in and tried the first key. Took it to the gas station's basement. I had to break in. The place was still boarded up like it had been abandoned for years. Dust everywhere. Cobwebs. Dead silence. I went straight to the basement door. It unlocked without resistance. Inside was pitch black. I used my phone light, but the air felt thick. Like stepping into a room filled with steam, except the heat never came. At the bottom of the stairs was a chair. And on the chair, a TV. Old. Boxy. Not plugged in. But flickering. And on the screen was me. Sleeping. Right now. Same clothes. Same room. It was live. I don't remember leaving the basement. But I'm home now. I think. Everything looks the same, the furniture, the clutter, even the knife still tucked under the pillow. But something feels off. The shadows are too still. The air too quiet. I checked every room. Then I checked the mirror. And froze. The reflection looked like me. Same tired eyes. Same clothes. But it didn't move when I did. It just stood there, smiling. I blinked. The mirror shattered. No impact. No sound. Just splintered into 1,000 pieces on the floor. And in the shards, I saw it again, the chair. The TV. The hallway. Like they were behind the glass. I turned away, heart pounding, and saw the final box sitting on my kitchen table. Already open. Inside was a Polaroid. But this one was blank. Until I blinked. Now it's showing my front door. From inside the house. I locked every door. Every window. Turned off every light. Sat in the corner with the knife gripped tight, staring at the front door. The photo stayed in my lap. It kept changing. First, my door. Then, me, from behind. Then, darkness. Then, nothing. Like it was flickering through moments that hadn't happened yet. At exactly 2:13 a.m., the hallway light clicked on by itself. I didn't move. Didn't breathe. Then, I heard it. Footsteps. Slow. Measured. Barefoot. Coming from the hallway. I raised the knife. But when the footsteps reached the end of the hall, they stopped. No knock. No voice. Just a shadow beneath the doorframe. Waiting. Then, gently, the door handle turned. And the last Polaroid slid in under the crack. One word scratched into it with something sharp. Now. I didn't move. Not at first. But the door started to open anyway. Slow. Inch by inch. Like it was being pulled from the other side by something that didn't need hands. I couldn't see anything beyond it. Just black. Not shadow, black like the inside of a shut eye. Black that pressed against the doorway like a living thing. Then I saw it. The figure. Same height. Same stillness. Only this time, it stepped inside. No face. No eyes. Just shape. Filling the room with silence so loud it hurt. It held out a box. One last time. I didn't take it. But I didn't run either. And that's when it spoke, not out loud, but inside me. You wrote this. Now finish it. So I am. Right here. Right now. If you're reading this, check your door. There's a box waiting.